Okay, so I've been asked this question a lot, and I myself have been working a lot on this and trying to find out what the perfect combo is. The question is about cardio basically. How does cardio play a role? So, first of all, my first question that I get is, should I do cardio while weightlifting? So, my first answer would be, depending upon what the situation is, whether if you're bulking, I would say your cardio should be minimal. Okay, you don't need to burn calories, and if you actually want to burn calories so that you can eat more, just make sure that your cardio is low intensity, not very high intensity, because yeah, I'll come back to it later why. And yeah, that's it. If you're cutting, cardio is an integral part, and I'm cutting right now. I'm cutting most parts because I gain weight very easily. So cardio, I do cardio because I am one of the people who actually hates the treadmill or cardio. So I am more interested in the sports part of it. So if you're interested in sports, that's a good form of cardio. Any sports, say swimming, badminton, are probably the two best forms of cardio, or tennis. But generally, tennis is very rare that people actually know how to play it properly. So by the way, that's a shout out to all of the tennis players. I think lawn tennis is personally, according to me, the toughest game that is there. Fitness, I mean, by fitness requirements, by cardiovascular fitness. And the next thing that I want to say is, yeah, so when you're cutting, even when you're cutting, you would always like to prevent muscle loss, because when you're cutting, obviously there is going to be, like when you're bulking, you can't only get quality muscle. That's why they tell you to bulk slowly. Okay, so if you bulk too fast, you're gonna get a lot of fat along with the muscle as well. So even if you bulk very slowly, you're gonna get a certain amount of muscle, a certain amount of fat. That is nature. And when you're cutting, you're going to lose a certain amount of muscle as well, no matter how slowly you're cutting or how soundly and scientifically you're cutting. That's just the human body. Okay, and I'm talking about natural people here. So in order to minimize that muscle loss when you're cutting, the cardio needs to be generally high intensity. Steady state cardio, that is jogging at a particular speed for say 45 minutes, is going to be pretty harmful for your muscle. I mean, steady state cardio burns a lot of muscle. You must have seen all of the bodybuilders or the fitness models will be sipping their BCAAs during their cardio sessions. So why? Because they actually know that it's burning muscle, so they want to supply the BCAAs to prevent the burning of the muscle, even if they're doing it in the morning, empty stomach. Okay, so yeah, so cardio should be focused when you're cutting. It should be made sure that it's high intensity. The best part being the new style that has come out, which is high intensity interval training. So basically, it is not a long period of time that you're doing the cardio. It's mostly 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll be flat on the ground. And what happens is basically what I do is in high intensity interval training is that I sprint at say 80% of my maximum speed for 20 seconds, and then I brisk walk for 40 seconds on the treadmill. Then after 1 minute is done, you do the same, and the same cycle, if you do it for around 10 minutes, you'll be pretty taxed, and that is going to take your heart rate to the next level. So it basically, what it does, it burns a lot of fat. It's not burning a lot of muscle, it's burning a lot more of fat. And it is because of the elevated heart rate, it's going to burn calories throughout the day, not just during that cardio session. So that's the entire point of HIIT, or high intensity interval training, that is preferred when you're actually cutting. That is one thing. The other thing being, when should cardio be done? I would say do your cardio empty stomach in the morning if it's possible, or do it in the evening, 2 hours say after you've had your last meal. So your stomach should be relatively empty, so that the excess of glycogen, the excess of fat that is stored in the body, can be used and expended as energy. The calories that you're burning is basically the calories that the fat that your body will be converted into, right? So if you've just eaten something and it's converted into calories, there's really no point. So I would suggest that, yeah, you should actually be empty stomach, or should not have eaten at least say 1.5 hours before your cardio session. So another thing being that what should be your time of the cardio? I mean, when should you do your cardio? Should you do it on lifting days? Should you do it on non-lifting days? When should you do your cardio? I would say you can do your cardio on lifting days as well. If you can visit the gym twice, that is the best thing possible. You can do your cardio after your workout sessions. After, say, you train for, say, an hour, then give yourself around 10 to 15 minutes of cool down time, because obviously you're going to be taking time to warm up and then cooling down. So after you cool down, you can then go back ahead and do your cardio, so that you take a bit of rest, have your protein shake, and after that go ahead and do your cardio. And if you have BCAAs, perfect. If you don't, just carry water with you. That is one thing, although I don't recommend it when you're actually cutting, like too intense a cardio when you're cutting. I think cardio about thrice a week is enough if you have your diet on point. I'm not one of those people who would say that you need to run 7 days a week. You don't. And this is a myth that your muscles will be a lot more defined if you're doing cardio. It's nothing like that. It's just bro science. It worked on someone, so he told it to you. It will not or may not work on you. That's just bro science. There is no scientific fact proving it. Okay. So what I'm saying is that if you're not a cardio lover, cardio definitely has its advantages, if necessarily not in muscle gain or muscle loss or the vascularity or definition of your muscle. It has long-term gain, like your heart will be better, which is more important. Your life will be extended. Your cardiovascular fitness is quite important. Heart blockages and all of those things are kept in control when you're doing cardio. So that is one way where I have to knock myself and actually get a lot more into cardio, because I am only into sports. But then, yes, I have started doing cardio a lot, but not deviating from the topic and coming back. I would say on lifting days, I would suggest you to do cardio only after your workout sessions, never before. I will give you a scientific reason for that as well, because your cardio will be depleting your glycogen stores, and your glycogen will be required during your muscle building as well as your workouts. So if you already have a depleted glycogen store when you've started lifting, you won't be having that intensity or the strength, okay, resulting in muscle loss if you're cutting. So if you're bulking, again, as I said, you don't need cardio. If you're cutting or maintaining and cardio is a part of your routine, just make sure it is after the weight training session, around 15 minutes of gap. Or the best thing is you can do it on non-training or non-lifting sessions. Okay, that is the best thing that will be possible. Or if you're training in the morning and going back and lifting in the evening, like cardio in the morning and lifting in the evening, or lifting in the morning and cardio in the evening, that's fine with me. By the way, just a little notice that I would suggest that you lift in the evening, because you will be having your strength a lot better then. Cardio in the morning is perfect because it's empty stomach, best. And lifting in the evening is a lot better because you'll have 2 to 3 meals inside you, so your strength will be up. So you'll be having the intensity and the strength to train a lot better and a lot harder. Okay. So yeah, that's it for cardio. And if you have any question, you can just post it in the comments below and I'll get back to you. I'll make another video on it. Okay. So yeah, you know the drill. Like, subscribe and share if you find it useful. And yeah, I'll be seeing you.